Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone watching this video. So today, I want to talk about Lactobacillus acidophilus, the worldwide famous probiotics. So, this is the quote especially for this topic and subject food microbiology I am enrolling in. Let food be Thai medicine. Before I go further to my video presentation, here is my table of content which includes introduction, characteristics and traits, implicated food, case study, health effect, potential usage, conclusion, and lastly, references and sources. Lactobacillus acidophilus is a species of gram-positive bacteria in the genus Lactobacillus. It also is part of the Firzanah microbiota, along with other species in the genus, including Lactobacillus crispus, Lactobacillus casei, Lactobacillus jansseni, and Lactobacillus iners. In general, microorganisms belonging to the Lactobacillus genus complex are naturally associated or deliberately added to fermented food products and are widely used as probiotic food supplements. Moreover, these bacteria normally colonize the mouth, gastrointestinal tract, and female genitourinary tract of humans. Meanwhile, specifically for Lactobacillus acidophilus, it's a bacteria found in the mouth, intestine, and vagina and popularly used as probiotic. Morphologically, Lactobacillus are elongated or short non-mortar roots and are frequently found in chains and sometimes bent. Moreover, these bacteria have been used for centuries for food and feed fermentation processes and at the transformation of perishable raw materials of animals or plant origin into more preservable products. Their activities are relevant to the production of dairy products, bread, sausages, fermented vegetables, and wine. L. acidophilus is a homofermentative. The best way to understand homofermentative is that it produces only lactic acid as an end product of carbohydrate metabolism through the glycolysis pathway, or in other words, glucose fermentation. In biochemistry, homofermentative bacteria convert glucose molecules into two lactic acid molecules. L. acidophilus is also a microaerophilic bacteria, which is a microbe that needs oxygen to live, but only in settings with lower oxygen levels than those found in the atmosphere. Next, L. acidophilus lacks genomic diversity compared to other L. acidophilus group species. If you wonder what is the meaning of genomic diversity, I will shortly tell what is the meaning behind that. Human genome diversity studies analyze genetic variation among individuals and between populations in order to understand the origins and evolution of anatomically modern humans. So, to summarize all, you may find facts and everything that I may tell you after this is kind of redundant because of the lacking research paper about this good bacteria. But, what matters most is why Acidophilus is important and absolutely famous in the world of probiotics making. The lack of diversity seen within the L. acidophilus genome sequences suggested that the phenotypes of the corresponding isolates would also be invariant. No study has conducted a comparative genomics analysis encompassing a large number of lactic acid bacteria isolates below the species level. L. acidophilus is a well-tested probiotic that is safe for most people. Research suggests that probiotics can support digestion and may help prevent or treat some other conditions. Some individuals use L. acidophilus as a general health aid, while others take it to treat specific medical conditions. When we want to talk about implicated foods caused by L. acidophilus, there is nothing to worry except the person who wants to consume probiotics should consult a medical professional first, especially if a person has health problems. In this case, people who have a serious underlying health condition should be closely monitored while taking probiotics since they may raise the chance of more serious side effects such as deadly infections. This includes people who have recently had surgery, critically ill persons who are seriously unwell, and those with weakened immune systems. You may find common type of probiotics in the form of tablets, capsules, or powder. A case study is an in-depth study of one person, group, or event. Nearly every aspect of the subject's life and history is analyzed to seek patterns and causes of behavior. Lactobacillus acidophilus is a commercially significant bacterial probiotic originally isolated from the human gastrointestinal tract and designated Bacillus acidophilus in the year of 1900. Throughout the development of methods to identify and characterize bacteria, L. acidophilus has undergone multiple taxonomic revision and is now the type species of a phylogenetic subgroup in the highly diverse and heterogeneous Lactobacillus genus. In contrast, due to its global use as a probiotic supplement in functional foods, L. acidophilus sensu stricto is now one of the most well categorized Lactobacillus species.
These are major genomic, biosynthetic, and probiotic characteristics of Lactobacillus acidophilus. Historically, Lactobacillus acidophilus has been known for its probiotic effects in humans. Through further characterization of this effect and the determination of the genome sequence of Lactobacillus acidophilus, many biosynthetic capabilities of Lactobacillus acidophilus are shown here. Lactobacillus acidophilus is a short gram-positive root that grows optimally from 37 to 42 degrees Celsius and is able to grow at temperature as high as 45 degrees Celsius. This species achieves its highest growth rate in slightly acidic media of pH 5.5 until 6.0 and growth decreases below pH 4.0. It is an obligate homofermented producing lactic acid from fermentation of carbohydrates and is among the least oxygen-tolerant lactobacilli. For examination of the biosynthetic pathways encoded within its genome, L. acidophilus is auxototrophic for 14 amino acids and seems unable to synthesize multiple cofactors and vitamins including riboflavin, vitamin B6, nicotinate, nicotinamide, biotin, and folate. Now, we will go to the food and industrial use. Lactobacillus acidophilus is a major commercial species of the lactic acid bacteria LAB, available in products including milk, yogurt, and other toddler formula, as well as in dietary supplements with reported probiotics effect. It is part of many undefined starter cultures for milk, fermentation, and preservation process developed in the early Neolithic era and used in the production of traditional fermented foods for more than 10,000 years. Its slow growth in milk means that most of the fermentation in milk products is achieved with the yogurt starter culture, and Acidophilus is subsequently added for additional probiotic value. Here is the important and crucial part about the misinterpretation of L. acidophilus. It is important to differentiate between probiotics, live organisms, and heat-treated strains where the organisms are dead. The characterization of heat-treated strains can be divided into two broad categories. The first category includes probiotic physiology that can be demonstrated in vitro, whereas the second category includes the main probiotic effect that can be observed in the context of nutrition studies. Now is the confusion begins. As mentioned previously, when L. acidophilus LB is heat-treated in organisms and lyophilized, it cannot be considered as probiotics since it does not fit the definition. However, it fulfills two previously mentioned criteria of probiotic, that is, it provides physiological and pharmacological benefits, prophylactic and therapeutic for certain diseases. The Faculty of Pharmacy of the National Institute for Health and Medical Research has confirmed that its pharmacological activity is sustained.
Lactobacillus acidophilus brings a good clinical health effect to its consumer in the form of probiotics. For example, to treat acute diarrhea, probiotics are used as a supplement to rehydration therapy in the treatment of infectious diarrhea. Results have been positive and remarkably consistent in terms of shortening the duration of the episode and reducing the frequency of evacuation. Children with infectious diseases treated with L. acidophilus show a reduction in the duration of diarrhea. There are many fermented dairy products that use L. acidophilus, including yogurt and some types of cheese. Lactobacillus acidophilus is a bile salt-tolerant bacterium which hardly increases lactose digestion. However, sodication of Lactobacillus acidophilus milk weakens their membranes and improves a lactose intolerance symptoms. Sweet acidophilus milk is consumed by individuals who suffer from lactose intolerance or maldigestion, which occurs when enzymes, specifically lactase, cannot break down lactose, much sugar, in the intestine. Failure to digest lactose results in discomfort, cramps, and diarrhea. Some bacteria have been shown to improve lactose digestion by providing beta-galactosidase. Whereas L-acidophilus strains have been linked to improvement in symptoms and indicators of lactose indigestion.
Probiotics is a term that is frequently used these days. Consumers can find probiotics primarily in the form of health supplements and food products. Probiotics can even be found in the well-known cultured milk drinks such as Vitagen and Yakult. But what exactly are probiotics? Is it truly safe to use probiotics? And how much should we consume on a regular basis? Probiotics are live organisms and are alike the microorganisms found in the human digestive system. Probiotics, popularly known as friendly bacteria or good bacteria, help to maintain the natural balance of organism microflora in the intestines. Some probiotic foods, such as fermented foods and cultured milk products, date back to ancient times. In the beginning of the 20th century, Russian scientist and Nobel laureate Eli Mechnikov suggested that it would be possible to modify the gut flora and to replace harmful microorganisms with beneficial ones. He made the original observation of the positive role played by certain bacteria. Consuming probiotics in supplement form is one popular way to get them, but you can also get them from fermented foods. Tempeh, yogurt, miso, sauerkraut, kimchi, pickles, and natto. Lactobacillus acidophilus is an important commercial bacterium with a long history that plays a pivotal role in the characterization of the genus Lactobacillus. However, given the highly progressive nature of Lactobacillus taxonomy, Acidophilus as a species has struggled with being misidentified and misrepresented in its past characterization. Given the increased regulatory criteria being placed on the definition and the sale of microbial species probiotics, Acidophilus strains, and CFM, National Certification in Financial Market, has emerged as one of the most well-characterized probiotics within this species.
Other than that, healthy bacteria like L-acidophilus can boost the immune system and thus help reduce the risk of viral infections and are important in the world of probiotics, which is also present in fermented foods. This good bacteria helps you in many ways, including fighting off bad bacteria when you have too much of it, helping you feel better. L-acidophilus in probiotics is guaranteedly beneficial for both adults and kids. If your child has an illness that requires an antibiotic medication for treatment, taking a probiotic can help shorten the symptoms. Acidophilus strains have been linked to improvement symptoms of lactose intolerance and indicators of lactose indigestion. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Bye bye everyone. Have a good day.